Now, critical scholars accept the fact that the disciples believed Jesus appeared to them. But then they ask, what did the disciples really see? Did Jesus stand before them in his literal physical body? Or did they experience a vision or an hallucination of Jesus? Well, Dr. Ben Witherington tells us.
Most scholars would certainly say the disciples believed that they saw Jesus. And many of them would just want to leave it there and say, okay, it was a subjective phenomena that happened here. But if you interpret those gospel documents about the resurrection appearances of the risen Lord, and you interpret the Pauline evidence and the rest of the New Testament evidence, they were claiming far more than that. They were claiming to actually have a physical encounter with Jesus after his death, that he ate, that he was tangible, could be touched, that he was still moving in space and time as a real person. So they were claiming more than just having had a vision of Jesus.
In general, talk to those people that ignore all of this evidence and all of the sources supplying the evidence for these 4 or 5 facts that you've given, and just simply say, well, it's not the resurrection, but yeah, something happened.
Well, I think the key here is the way we framed the discussion. We started with facts which virtually all scholars hold as one. And you got this list. We've narrowed the list down arbitrarily to say, look, I don't even need that many. You've given me way too many. Now, when you frame the discussion on the critic's ground, what you're saying is something like this. I know the New Testament says a lot more than this, but I'm not asking for the whole New Testament. I'm just asking you for this narrow amount that you've given me many times in your books. So you can't walk away from this and say, well, some wonderful things happen and we don't know what. No, for a moment, let's not think about what we don't know, what the critic thinks we don't know. Let's talk about what we do know, because what we know, and those 5 facts in particular, the 12 facts more generally, what we know is sufficient to refute the naturalistic theory. So again, let's not hide behind, well, granted, something happened. No. You've given us enough facts here to say the earliest eyewitnesses believed they saw the risen Jesus. We need an alternative if the answer is not going to be they really saw him. But strangely enough, most scholars won't take that route, either in their books, in dialogues. They won't take that route. They feel like they're trapped. If I take this theory, you're going to be coming after me. We'll say, no, wait a minute. I'm using your facts. You don't believe the conclusion. What's this missing X? What do you think really happened? They usually at that point will opt out of the discussion any way they can. But if they do take a naturalistic theory, my assertion is the known historical facts, those admitted by all scholars, are sufficient to refute those naturalistic theories, as well as give the best evidences for the resurrection.